Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is number 11. I'm lost on my days. I think it's the 11th day. For this video, I'm going to be doing what is it? Slice and bake cookies. And I am getting this recipe from the Pioneer Woman from this book here. Okay, I've never made it the way she has made it, so we'll see how they taste. And of course, when you get a recipe and you follow the steps, see how you like it, how everyone likes it. And if you don't like something, next time remove something or add something, so on and so forth. Okay, so I already have a pan here with on medium heat. Okay, and it's already hot. Believe me, it's hot. It's already making noises here. So you need a 1 cup of butter. So we're gonna melt 1 cup of butter. And then we're gonna throw it in our pan. Okay, so it's 1 cup or 1 stick of butter. You can use vegan butter. That's what I'm using right now. I'm using vegan butter. So we're gonna let this get brown. So you obviously want to stay right by here, because then, forget it. It'll burn. Because we want it to be a nice brown, but we don't want it to turn black. Because then, we're gonna have to do this step all over again. Okay, so we just wait and wait and wait and wait. I'm gonna mix it up just a little bit here. Before you know it, it'll be a nice brown. Should have checked the time to see more or less, but of course remember, if you have gas or electric, or the pan that you're using, it's different. So if I were to give you a time, it could be different from your stove and your pan. I mean, I understand people say approximate, 5 to 10 minutes, but that's the reason why they say that, because it's different for everyone. Okay, so remember, we want a nice golden brown. She actually swirls it around. She doesn't really use a spatula. As I'm doing this, I am looking at the book. Just in case anyone is wondering. So okay, so it says here that a minute or 2 later, the foam will appear. So I'm saying this part. You see this foam area part? Not this. When the foam appears, it isn't long before the butter is nice and brown. Take the pan off the heat when it gets to the light golden stage. So see, like, that's definitely not golden stage. I do see, yeah, I definitely see some colors changing here. So I'm just gonna keep swirling it around here, because I don't want it to burn. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, so when it's a light golden brown, I'm waiting just a little bit more. So the reason why we got to take it off the heat is because obviously the heat of the pan is still going to continue to cook the butter. So I'm waiting on this area here. I don't know if you guys could tell that it is lighter on this side. It is darker on this side over here. I'm just patiently waiting, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Oh, y'all hear that? Starting to go crazy. Yeah, this is a foam. This right here is a foam that you need to see. So I'm going to take it off the heat right now. Okay. So you guys see that? It's definitely a brown. It's probably not catching it on camera. You guys see it. Tell me you guys see that golden brown. So of course, while being off the heat, it's going to continue to get brown and brown and brown. It almost looks like caramel. But of course, caramel is much more darker. Okay, so I'm just going to let that sit there. And we want it to cool down. Okay, so it does say that you have to remove it. So when it is a nice golden, let me get a spoon so you guys could see. When it is a nice golden color, you remove it. I still don't see it that golden, so I'm gonna let it sit there for, I know you guys are like, what do you mean? But I still don't see a deep brown. Not yet. Some parts it may look like it, but not yet. We're still at a very light brown. So I'm gonna wait just a couple more minutes, about another minute, and then check on it. Okay, I had to put it back on the heat because it's not a dark brown. It's a light brown, golden, and it's cooling down, so I needed to put it a little bit more, but I want to let you guys know what actually happens sometimes, okay? So I'm going to watch the time. Okay, it's been 3 minutes, and again, it's bubbling up, and I did not remove it from the heat. It's still, it turned off the heat, but it's still on the bottom of where it's hot. Because it does say about a minute or two later, that's when you start to see it a brownish. We want a light, deep brown, if that makes sense, but we don't want a light golden brown. Okay, so let's wait another 2 more minutes. Meanwhile, we're waiting for the butter. These are the following ingredients that we will also need, aside from the 1 melted butter that we have, the 1 cup of butter. You're gonna need 1 cup of brown packed sugar, but I have just whatever brown sugar that I had in my pantry. Then you're going to need a 1/2 cup of sugar. My sugar, I have it over here. Then 2 large eggs over here. And 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, which is this. Then 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And I don't have that out yet. But it also says plus 2 rounded tablespoons of all-purpose flour. So 2 cups, and then also 2 rounded tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Okay, and then we're gonna need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, which is right here, and 1 teaspoon of salt, which, oh, I mixed it with the baking soda. Not together mixed it, but they're right next to each other. That's what it looks like. What do you mean? So that's the salt and that's baking soda. And then we're gonna need 2 heaping, that's how she says it, 2 heaping tablespoons of instant coffee granules, which that's what I have over here. You can use decaf or dark, light, it's medium, it's up to you. And then 8 ounces of good quality semi-sweet chocolate. I don't have good quality one. I have what I have in my pantry. And now with that, you can use M&Ms, you can use pecans, you can use whatever you want as far as you know, this part. That's what I do like. But I only have milk chocolate chips, so that's what I'm going to use. If not, I probably would have used something else. You can use candy too. And then she does have optional here chopped pecans, but again, that's up to you, right? Okay, let's take a look at the butter. Let's see. Hold on, it's still foaming up. It's a light golden. Well, looks like we're gonna have to work with that. Okay, I see a light golden color here. So she does seem to have it a deep brown. Yeah. But let's see. Let me show you guys really quick what I'm looking at. See? See that brown? But it's okay. We're going to see how it works with this one. Okay? It's all right. Maybe next time. Okay, now, so you're going to put it in a dish or a cup so it can cool down. So we need another cup of butter. Another cup of butter. Okay, hold on. Okay, so apparently you need another stick of butter. I don't have any more butter, so 1 teaspoon of butter and sugar and our brown sugar. Then we're gonna mix it with our mixer. Okay, since I didn't have enough butter, I have this. If you had more butter, it would be more like cookie dough. Moving on to the next step. Then it says, now it's time to add the browned butter. Gotta make sure it is cooled down, and mine is still kind of hot, so we're gonna wait a little bit more. And it does mention the mixture should be on low, and it is important to add the butter very, very slowly and gradually. If you add it too fast, the mixture will be wet and soupy. Just take your time. Okay, I had to stick the butter in the freezer for the sake of this video. It's cooled down, because you have to let it cool down completely, so it cannot be hot, warm, anything, okay? So meanwhile, while I was doing that, I did combine my flour, baking soda, salt, and instant coffee granules. Okay, I combined all of it. Okay, mixed it all together. You guys could see the brown coffee. Okay. All right, so what are we gonna do next? We're gonna have our mixer on low, put in our butter slowly, and I mean slowly. Okay. It does say in between to scrape off, you know, get the edges. So it looks like I'm gonna definitely need some more butter. I hope it works out, because you guys see that it's turning out this way. But if you have more butter, it will be much more like a dough. Mine is like barely getting there, and I only have a little bit of butter left. But we're gonna see how it turns out, because I know it happens, but we'll see. Okay, that's it. It's all the butter. I ain't got no more. No more. You guys see that, right? How it's barely sticking all together. This is kind of sad. I wonder how this is going to turn out. It says add 1 egg at a time. I'm going to mix that. And then another egg. This is not looking right at all. This is supposed to look like a dough. It looks like cake batter. There's another egg there. Okay, so here is the pudding. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Next it says to add, you guys should see how it's supposed to look right now. Add, okay, yeah, we're gonna add our mix here. Oh no, our vanilla extract. Yes, our vanilla extract. So I'm just gonna dump that in there. Yeah, this is really off. Now we're gonna add little by little of our flour and salt and baking soda. Woo! That's why you gotta do it slow. It'll fly everywhere. Oh, there it goes everywhere. Uh-oh, it's too much. I'll come back once I'm done pouring it all in. Okay, so I combined all of that. It took me a long time. Now my stove is filled with white powder everywhere in my shirt, and I had to be wearing a black shirt. So that's definitely not cake. Because I'm like, hey, if it doesn't work out, you make a cake. But no, this is not watery enough to make a cake. So we do have a nice doughy type, but not how I saw it on the picture. So with that more butter, it will give you more of a cookie dough. But this is fine enough. So I feel like what's going to help me, because it is semi-watery. Well, not watery, but sort of. I'm going to freeze it. So freeze it, not unless you did use all the butter, the 2 cups of butter, then okay. But if not, then just freeze it, and then maybe it'll be easier to work with. So I'm going to freeze it for like about 2 hours. Okay, then it says when you are ready to bake, preheat the oven to 375 and bake the cookies for 14 to 15 minutes until they're golden brown. Let me show you guys some of the images. So that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. But we'll see how they work out. So you could do it, put it in a cylinder, and form them this way, but it's okay. You could just roll up some balls. And it did mention if you're not a coffee person, that you won't even taste it. It just gives it that boost of a flavor. So if this video is not up, if the picture of the cover of my video is not in the picture of cookies, then this video was not uploaded and it did not work out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.